The good times are about to be over. Our generation, I'm 20 years old right now, our generation is the weakest generation of all time. Unfortunately, that is the case. And I feel like we need so much more training to become better. And the best thing for us to do nowadays is not educating ourselves on academics. It's not educating ourselves about anything else. First and foremost, we need to change our framework of thinking from the ground up because we are raised wrong. Our parents have failed educating us on the fundamentals. Most of our parents doesn't understand this because they don't see the whole picture the way I'm seeing now. So the most important thing for us to do right now is to train our brain to enjoy doing hard things. This is the one point that I think is just so powerful because if you are around my age, you will notice that you're amongst the weakest people on the planet Earth right now. Let me just give you an example. So I am from China, and I was born in 1999, which is around the break of Chinese economic boom. So that was at the time where China is at its highest peak. When I was growing up, everything was doing well. The city, the economy, everything's running super smoothly because globalization prompted by the US. We at the time had so much more resource than now to be able to participate in a global market, to be able to get electricity from Persia, from the Middle East, be able to get oil from, again, Middle East, or be able to get fertilizers from Ukraine and Russia. At the time we have so much resources by connecting to the world globally. China was able to sell its goods and products to Europe, its biggest market, and US, its second biggest market. So there's so much connectivity in the country at the time. And I was growing up at that time because around that time, unfortunately, it's like because everything's running so smoothly that I was growing up super privileged. I can get any food I want. I can go to all kinds of restaurants to try all kinds of cuisines. And I can enjoy my life as stress-free as possible. The only downside is I need to study some hard courses, but that's about it. That's literally about it. Academics is the hardest part about a Chinese person's life if they're around my age. So that was all I had to deal with. As long as my grade performs well in the school, then I have nothing to worry about. I can enjoy the best of the best entertainment, the best movies, the best franchises, food franchises, the best love from my parents. I can do anything around that time. But the time has moved on. Now, objectively, we are living in a hard time right now. There's economic downturn. So US is in a recession right now by the date of this recording. And then China's having huge crisis. And because of these two, the entire world is having huge crisis. The Russian war only ignited the conflict. And then now, objectively, we're living in a hard time. And there's supply shortage all around the world, specifically in the developing world. They're not doing well over there. So we gotta recognize that our life at this point has changed from the one that we used to. We are used to a life of privilege and comfort. We are used to a life of safety and not needing to do much. Now it's changed. We need to actually participate in the game. We need to actually win to be able to survive. There are people that are not going to survive this decade. There are a lot of them. And to begin, we have to re-educate ourselves. We have to change the way we think fundamentally before we can absorb more information and more new knowledge to become a better person. We have to train our brain to enjoy doing hard tasks. We have to enjoy doing hard things. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to survive. Because our ancestors and every generation of human population have been doing hard things. Every single day they fight death. They're facing danger. They're facing injury. Every single day, they just get up and keep fighting. Now we're not doing that. We're getting up, endorsing ourselves with social media and all kinds of media. And we're enjoying ourselves a little bit too much. Understandably, the people around my age are either doing university right now or just recently going to job market. Both of them are living life horribly. Because in the university, you're getting taught information that you may or may not use in the future. But you're competing against a great gradient. You're trying to get good grades. But the good grades doesn't represent anything, really. You need to understand that. When you're going out and then kind of participate in the society, your good grade is not going to mean much. There's so much more to it. You need to practice your skill, socializing, networking with professors. When you're in university, just try to do these hard things. They're not going to come easily to you because they're unnatural. You haven't been trained to do those. You need to be able to socially network with people and make people feel at ease with you. So that's a very important message and lesson you have to learn. When you're in the workforce, when you're just entering the workforce, when you're around my age, you're a young person, you're going out in society, you're trying to do something great, but you stumble into a job that you don't personally like. You don't personally find fulfillment and purpose in it. Day in and day out, you go into the office and get out of the office. Log on to Zoom, log off to Zoom. Life is repetitive, and life to you seems there's no meaning. You need to understand. You need to enjoy doing hard things. Following an order is the easy mode of life that we've been taught. Following orders of our parents, we're going to elementary school, middle school, high school, university. Following the orders of adults or authorities. We starting fitting into the mode of the average nice citizen, the average nice workers. We participate in the society in the way that we are a functioning part of the society. But most of the time we lose creativity and individuality by being immersed, being the same with everyone else. You need to train your brain to be able to jump out of that mode, to make the hard decision, to go out of your way to make a stand. Either that's by making a lot of money or by making a huge impact on society. Normally these two come together. You have to make money first to be able to make a huge change in the society. And I think those are important points because once you do one, you will be able to pursue the other. And it's always slightly better to be, like I heard a saying that if you want to be a philosopher king, it's better to be a king first than a philosopher. It's not as good to be a philosopher first and then be a king. Because the philosopher king, someone like Seneca, like Marcus Aurelius, they need to be the king first to get their voice heard. You have to pursue higher social status. Or in today's society, most important thing is a good financial balance. You have to be very wealthy before people will hear you, before you can make an impact in society. And that's how we win. That's how we stand out from the people, from the crowd, from the sheep. We have to stand out by training ourselves to do the hard tasks. There's a lot of ways to train yourself. One way is by doing something out of your comfort zone every day. For different people, comfort zones are different. For me, socializing is not uncomfortable at all. I can talk to anyone at any time. I can do weird truth or dare tasks, like in any scenario. That doesn't bother me, but maybe it bothers you. For me, if I'm doing that, I'm not risking my comfort zone. I'm not getting out of my comfort zone. I need to choose something that I'm actually finding hard. So for me, what's hard? For me, Excel sheet is difficult to do. Doing paperwork is difficult to do. By doing them and acknowledging they're hard and I still do them, is me going out of my comfort zone. For you, it's something different. Everyone needs to think about this deeply. Take a moment to be only with yourself and think about that for a brief moment. And you will see what feels difficult for you and how long have you been afraid of pursuing that career, going through that path, fixing the issue that you always had. How long have you been putting that aside? You are a coward. I am a coward. You are a coward. I am a coward. We both cowardly, disgustingly been putting off improving ourselves by telling ourselves that these things are difficult to do. They are difficult. That's why we're doing them. We have to push through. We have to embrace the hardship and push through. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to survive this decade. It's going to be really hard. It's only going to go downhill from now. We're going to do everything that in our capacity to stay afloat, to stay ahead with others, to be able to participate in the global Game of Thrones. We have to do it. The decision is within ourselves. If you choose to do it, you will. If I choose to do it, I will. If we both win, I will see you on the other side. Thanks so much. Hopefully this video helps. I really hope you, after finishing this video, think about it. Think closely about this video. Do not open another video. Just stop watching and stop listening and stop engaging with the internet for a moment and deeply calm yourself and then contemplate on the message I just sent you. Important thing always comes hard, and you gotta be able to train your brain to enjoy doing hard things. That's my message for today. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.